Welcome to another installment of This Is Not Normal on the Political Drain podcast with Drill Sergeant Doug, aka Admin Doug, a U.S. Army veteran, teacher, musician, and family man from Jamaica, now fights for justice and democracy through commentary and humor. Follow him on YouTube at Political Drain and at Sons of Liberty Official as Drill Sergeant, aka Admin Doug, continues to protect our freedoms.
I just believe that this is a news show and a news channel. I have an ethical responsibility to say that you are lying.
No,
you are lying.
I
didn't interrupt you. And you are not attacking me.
You don't call me a liar on national TV, sir. Do not call me a liar on national TV, sir.
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here. And yeah, it's happening. The assault of stupidity on the rest of the normal humans on Earth, and especially America, is being challenged. Finally, they've had enough. It's inevitable outcome and consequence of assaulting human beings with stupidity at all times from MAGA, from the knuckle-dragging idiots, is at some point, even the flaccid media would have to come back and say, we've had enough. Now, I'm not saying that there's not a plethora of bad news out there. Number one, your president, our president, unfortunately, is in the Epstein files millions of times. He has probably and diddled more little than a statue of Ronald McDonald inside of a ball pit at a McDonald's playhouse for children. And yes, we're still in the midst of a war that's a war of choice done by a stupid person being led by the nose by an absolute, well, they're both criminals, but by a criminal in is not real. And what doesn't seem real is the gas prices. They're still going up, and they're still trying to steal elections from you. But by God, if I can't give you some good news for your own mental health, if for nothing else, then what's the point? What's the point? I'll stop with the monologue. Here's the deal. You want to know what's working? Number one, when this guy goes on CNN, and then he comes off and he starts to show it, and it gets millions of views. When he says, hey, look what I did on CNN. Look how I dismantled this person. CNN goes, he's small time. But then when this person gets on, and he gets numbers, because when he comes back, he shows it on his channel. CNN not going to show it, he shows it. And it gets numbers, and they invite him back. And now these two, Adam Mockler and Isaiah, go back and back. And every time they come back, they get bigger numbers. And then she does this yesterday. Well, I reported this yesterday. And at the end of it, I said, what we need to be talking about is how this might be able to change the eyes of profit. The people who are in charge of CNN that have decided that just bending over and taking it from Trump somehow is better for their pocketbook while they sell catheters for commercials. But if you can show that being real, that asking real questions, and not just providing the only entertainment is the clowns on the right who have no real evidence, truth, decency, introspection, political savvy, who have nothing but lies and look stupid. You can laugh at them, right? You're not getting the MAGA voter to watch you. They're still watching the other dummies because they're stupider. But the thing is, if Kristen Welker can show that even when you approach the president like this, it goes viral, it makes money, it gets eyes on it, more people will want to come, and you don't have to bend over for access anymore. People will want to come because you have eyes on you. If you just be decent, if you show integrity. It is a far cry. I wasn't going to hold my breath. I'm still not holding my breath. But today, that intro that you saw, yeah, there's something so different about that. And it wasn't just a back and forth. What happens is this guy talks to a Republican donor, a MAGA sycophant, who knows he's going there for the purpose of lying, for the purpose of infecting this country with a virus that will destroy democracy. That is saying that elections are bad and no evidence. That's saying that nobody can trust the vote or the count. No evidence. These things don't happen here until 10 years ago. And I say 10 because that's when Donald Trump got into office. And if you remember, even the one that he won, he says was rigged because he should have had more votes. Yeah. You remember that? The one that he won was rigged. So you tell me, listen, more importantly, Abby on that show has never been the type to just not say the truth. She'll try. Her pushback is, it's not even brave. It's just not milquetoast. But she never goes past one point. She's always stopping and calling for civility. After what happened with Kristen Welker the day before, this is what happened today. And my desire to see that maybe the blowing up of Kristen Welker and the good work of people like this guy, Adam Mockler, and this guy, Isaiah, and I forgot his last name, but he goes there and he just does it. And they realize that they're missing out on something. Eyes, not access. This happened.
I just believe that this is a news show and a news channel. I have an ethical responsibility to say that you are lying.
No,
you are lying.
I didn't
interrupt you.
Hold on.
And you
You
are not attacking me.
You don't call me a liar on national TV. Do not call me a liar on national TV.
Liar.
I'm going to let
You are a
you
liar.
respond in just a minute.
And then I say that
Charles, finish
spell
your
it. I can spell
point.
it too. And I have an ethical responsibility. If people are going to come over here and poison voters' views of an election system that has no proof that it is rigged in any way, spouting the same lie that the president is spouting, we have an ethical responsibility at this table in a news show and a news channel to call that out. And I'm going to do that.
Caroline,
you can huff and puff. You can huff and puff and be mad all you want, and I don't care.
Hal, you can respond to that.
You keep ignoring what I've said. You're saying...
I'm going to keep ignoring it.
Let me let him finish. Let me let him respond.
We didn't know there was...
I want to stop it there because the most important part of this is not just that he called him a liar and nobody said anything, but it's also that Abby didn't say, let's watch the rhetoric. No, she let it go. And then let him continue. And then this happened.
Let me let him respond.
We didn't know there was mass Medicare fraud until the federal government investigated Minnesota, investigated these other states.
That's
California.
not true.
Time out.
That is not true.
That is not.
She was in jail.
Hold on a second.
already.
Hold on. Hold on, Hal. Let me just ask you to do. Let me ask you to do two things. First of all, let us try to be tethered in facts.
Okay.
Second of all, let's respond to what he said about your claims on the election. I don't want to hear about Medicare fraud. I don't want to hear about any kind of other fraud other than your claims of voter fraud and what proof you have of
Because
that.
California will not allow the federal government to review their voter rolls.
A majority of other states in this country, including many Republican-led states, also will not allow the federal government to inspect their voter rolls. Why? Because it is not legal. All the cases in which they have been challenged, Hal, all of them
What are they hiding?
All of them so far have been thrown out by judges because there is no legal basis for the federal government to inspect the state voter rolls. So what else do you have?
My point is that he's saying there's no evidence. They won't allow evidence to be gathered.
The absurdity of your
They won't allow
point is
evidence
that
to
you
be
don't have
gathered.
proof.
Once again,
he doesn't have proof, and then he says, I don't have proof, and I can prove that I don't have proof because they won't let us investigate. So you don't have proof, and you just proved that you don't have it.
Let me just give you some.
Oh my God.
Hal, let me just give you some more information on this. The federal government has received, I think it's millions of voter registrations from some Republican-led states that have given them access to it. Do you know what percentage of those votes or these registrations where they found actual, fraud of any kind?
Do you?
Yeah.
What is it?
It is a fraction of a percentage.
Fraction.
And in some cases, when they double-checked, the flags that they thought were fraud were actually not fraud.
So what you're saying is there's all kinds of fraud all over the place, but not in voting.
Well, here's what my point is.
Not in voting.
You're claiming that it's never been looked at. That's false. You're claiming that this administration hasn't been able to look at it. That's also false.
Not in California.
You are claiming that just the fact that the federal government hasn't looked at all the state voter rolls is proof that there is fraud is not true.
But there's data
again,
too.
I'll ask you again. What else do you have?
What was that? That was Abby continuing the assault on idiocy, on stupidity, on liars. She not just didn't back down, not just stated something that her producer told her to say in the air, which is what she's been doing forever. This time, she took it out and just spoke. We're going to need you to be grounded in some sort of reality here. Now, I don't know if it's because they let her do it. I don't know if it's because the guy pointing out that this guy was lying this time gave her some sort of spark. I don't know. What I do know is what I said yesterday, what I was hoping for, my desire for this country is to see the fourth estate, the news media, be buoyed by what Kristen Welker did, the eyes that were on it, people who owned the pocketbooks, the people who own the money bags. Since our corporation media has been taken over by corporations and is not for the people, maybe they can see the profit in decency or in integrity. And if this is the beginning of it, here is part 2. That feels good. It's okay to feel good. Delaney is happening, war is happening, prices are rising, but it's okay to see the wins where you can get them. And this is one. They weren't like this. They weren't like this the day before. They weren't. Not Abby, anyway. She's always had strong people on her, and they've been getting people from the internet on her because they see that that's where the money is. And those people have come back and re-shown what they did on CNN. I haven't never seen them on the CNN YouTube page. You're probably there, but they know nobody's watching. This time, after Welker, who I have been disappointed in from the day that she got there, took over Chuck Todd, whatever that fire in her, whatever that thing that was in her as a journalist that said, this time I'm going to ask the follow-up. This time I will not let him overtalk me. This time I'm going to tell him that's not evidence. It blew up. It got big. It now is one of the biggest shows on my channel because I talked about it. I'm talking about it again then. What just happened in that roundtable, the reason why I started my personal roundtable on this channel dealing with candidates, social media people, and insiders in Washington. The reason why I did that show is because this one used to suck so much. And maybe it still does. I'm not holding my breath. Money talks. I can tell you one thing. What you just saw there hasn't been done on CNN for a very long time. I like to see more. So I talk about it. And I give credit where it's due. I'm not holding my breath. But I am saying what I said yesterday. If it could happen, if it can happen, this is what this looks like. This is what that looks like. We'll keep watching to see if there's any seasoning. See if there's any real backbone to this. The time to fight is now. Also, direct action means maybe you need to be throwing some dildos. I didn't say throwing, I'm sorry. Holding, playing. The dildo distribution people. Yeah. You haven't seen them? Go to closertotheedge.com. I'm going to put the link in there that shows you the whole thing that they're doing. It's amazing. But they're using these, and they've got thousands of them now because they realize that they're so effective at warding off these ICE agents at Whipple in Minneapolis. And now around the nation, they're giving these away to people. They're passing them out because that absurdity in the face of this toxic masculinity seems to be the one thing that gets these ICE agents to back off. It actually works. So I want to help them get those donations for the thousands that they've bought. Also, the thousands were donated to them as well. But for the ones that they bought, they need to get that money back, and they need to keep this going because it's working. If nothing else, just to piss off those ICE agents. Email me, politicaldrain@proton.me. politicaldrain@proton.me. You email me, say, I want to donate, and I will give you the instructions on how to do so, because the time to fight is now. Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind, the kind that moves. But here's the thing, none of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're gonna pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads, it's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works.
That was the Political Drain podcast, which can be heard on www.groovechillradio.com/political-drain and can be viewed on the Political Drain YouTube channel anytime. Once again, thank you for listening to Groove Chill as we resist fascism in any form, pursue democracy, peace, and love.